Hey friend, welcome to Self Transformed, a podcast redefining self-care through simple fitness, nutrition, and mindset habits. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, certified personal trainer, Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a busy working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained until I took action on my own transformation journey. I finally found the solutions to feeling confident and living a healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard, and now I'm on a mission to equip you with sustainable tools to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health and fitness into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but daily actions that light you up instead. So if you're ready to redefine self-care and step into your own self-transformation, then let's do this. You're listening to episode 140 of Self Transformed. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. You are in for a very special treat today. Every month I host a live mini workshop in my free Facebook community. And today I am letting you in on the replay from this past month. Earlier in February, we talked about how to make more time for your partner. Of course, we included some habit strategy in there as well. I share an action step in the end of the workshop to help you actually start making more time for your partner. It's so much more. You know that saying, it's the thought that counts? Well, it's actually the action that counts as well. It's one thing to be like, oh, I wish I could spend more time with my partner or my spouse. It's another thing actually taking some action, because we actually crave connection with our partner in our busy lives. Sometimes we just get so caught up that they're just like our roommate and they need the attention as much as we would like that attention reciprocated back, right? So this topic was actually voted on by the community. So we'll be holding our next workshop on Wednesday, March 9th at 12 p.m. Eastern in the Facebook community. You can join us at bit.ly/self-transformed-fam, FAM, because we're family. The girls in the group voted on wanting to talk about balance, how to find balance. I almost feel like balance is like a 4-letter, like naughty word now, right? But we're going to demystify balance, of course, using some habit strategies incorporated in there as well. But if you want to come be a part of the community, come on over. You can vote on next month's mini workshop topic. I always hold them super short, like 15 minutes or less. You can always catch the replay, and usually there's some type of little surprise or gift in there for folks listening. So on this workshop, you'll hear me talking about my next round of Self Transform You launching. The February one launched February 14th, but I want to let you know the next round is gearing up to start on March 21st. So in case you missed out on the February date, you can come join us then. If you listen to the end of this workshop, I share a very special and easy way where you can get $25 off of the course. So make sure to listen to the end. If you're like, what is Self Transform You? I go into detail about the workshop. But if you haven't heard about it, it is my signature 4-week program to help you customize your own health plan, but it's backed by proven habit strategies. So we talk about mindset, we talk about food freedom and easy, simple meal prep. We talk about joyful movement. We talk about when you lose motivation or a different season of life comes up and you have to pivot. Pretty much at the end of these 4 weeks, you're going to have that customized health plan, and you're going to know what to do based on these strategies on how to pivot as life will come and go, and that roller coaster will loop-de-loop and go all the way around. You might feel a little nauseous on it at times too. That's the joy of it. I have some of my STU girls that have actually gone back to the beginning and they're redoing it again just based on a new season of their life. So if you want to learn more about it, you can go to selftransformu, it's just the letter U.com to learn more. Everything is linked in the show notes, friends. So if you aren't able to click on it or go to the website right now as you're listening to today's show, you can click on it later and go take a look. Couple other announcements before we replay this workshop for you. March 1st, the Plant-Based Whole30 is starting. So if you want to get in on that, as you know, we've been talking about living a plant-based lifestyle over the past week after myself becoming a plant-based Whole30 certified coach. Yes, I still eat animal protein, but this was a really great option and really important new protocol, being able to offer that to folks who are maybe a little more curious. You're plant-based curious like I was and am, or maybe you are already plant-based or vegan or vegetarian. You wanted to enjoy the life-changing transformation from a Whole30 but haven't been able to in the past. So if you want to join in on the plant-based Whole30, you can get my plant-based Whole30 anytime course and start it anytime. You can start at March 1st. The Whole30 HQ is launching a nationwide plant-based Whole30 for the first time on March 1st, but you can start the course anytime, friend. That's linked in the show notes as well, or you can go to bit.ly/pb Whole30 PB Whole30 anytime. It's linked in the show notes. Any questions you have for me today, friend, about any of the free resources and courses I just listed for you here, remember you can always text me and get weekly pump up texts from me at 773-904-2157 if you want to chat a little bit further and have me answer any questions. Okay, so get a pen and paper handy. Maybe get a cup of coffee, a sparkling water. Get ready to take some notes on how you can start making more time for your partner. And just don't think about it. I want you to take action, and I'll help you do that at this workshop. And remember, stay to the end because I share a special way to get $25 off the next round at STU. And remember, the March session begins March 21st. I'll see you then. Hey, gang. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Guys, are you hunkered down? I'm here in Indiana and we're getting ready to get 20,000 inches of snow, something ridiculous. We'll believe it when we see it, right? But it's just been raining all day and I think it's getting ready to turn to ice now. I don't know, but I hope you are staying safe and cozy wherever you are. Thank you so much for hanging out with me during this workshop, either during the live right now or during the replay. If you are watching the replay, #replay in the comments. If you're watching live, drop me a hello down below in the comments. Tell me where you're from, what you're excited to learn about today. Gang, I host these monthly mini workshops every month here in the Self-Transform community. And I have you all vote on it every month. That way I'm giving you some free resources that you actually want, right? So make sure you stay to the end of this presentation. Like I said, it's 15 minutes or less for these mini workshops because I know y'all are busy. You might be on your lunch break or you're kind of watching while you're on your computer or scrolling funny dog videos on TikTok like I do. So make sure you can go to the guides section as well. This video will live there forever, but you can also check out other workshops that I have hosted in the workshop in the Facebook group as well. So let me share my screen with you all. That way we have a nice visual as we're going through. Feel free to have a pen and paper handy to take some notes or just write down your biggest takeaway. As you all know, if you've ever attended one of my workshops or if you've done one of my programs, I always give action items. I always give homework because I used to be the queen of I'm going to do this book and I'm going to buy this planner and I'm going to do this and I'm going to work out this time. And I have the best of intentions and motivation at first, and then life gets in the way and I don't do it. So I want you to take action. So have a pen and paper handy. Since we're in the month of love, I thought it would be fun to have a love focused workshop theme for the month. So today we're talking about how to make more time for your partner. Added picture of my handsome husband there for you all to see. So our goals for today. Okay, be brief. We just talked about that. Help you take action. And we always want to think about how we can redefine self-care. So how making time for your partner can actually be a form of self-care and taking care of yourself. We all crave connection, right? And if we don't have that, you kind of feel lousy, right? So this is a way to take that self-care connection piece to the next level. And like I said, stay to the end. I'll have a special gift to allow you to receive $25 off of Self-Transform You. It's my signature 4-week program that is starting back up on Monday, the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. So stay to the end. I'll give you a fun little way that you can save a few bucks off of that. So if you haven't attended one of my workshops before, obviously you probably have heard of the Self-Transform podcast because that's probably where you listened and came over to the group, or maybe someone invited you here. But I always like to just introduce myself. My name is Emily Nichols. I'm obviously the host of the Self-Transform podcast. I'm a certified personal trainer, Whole30 certified coach, behavior change specialist, which means I love to talk about habits. I geek out on habits and the science behind it and strategies behind it. But most importantly, I'm a wife, a boy mom to two boys, and a Taco Tuesday enthusiast. I should add lab mom on there because I'm pretty obsessed with my dogs too. But I thought it would be fun to tell you a little bit, just a brief little overview of my husband and myself. Okay. So we have been together since we were freshmen in high school. So that's 26 years. Oh my gosh. I had to count that out when I was doing this slide, y'all. And I was like, whoa, I'm 40, he's 41. And I'm just like, how are we this age now? And we've been able to grow up together. We've been married 18, it'll be 18 years, this May. Like I said, we have two boys. Dylan is 13 and Tyler is 10. And really, transformation, our journey happened for us back in 2015. And it's happened a few times after that. We're going through a transition right now that I'll talk more about on the show here in the next few weeks, with our jobs changing and roles changing. And as the seasons of our lives are changing, as our kids get older and, different activities happening for them and different needs that they have at this stage in their life. And really, we still have to work very hard at prioritizing time together. Okay. I feel like sometimes we just kind of, lose sight of that person that we love, your person, and see them almost more as just a roommate. You guys are just managing the household. I always like to say I'm the manager. He's the assistant manager, which is true. Most times wives or moms run the house. And we have to work really hard at prioritizing time together. Like I said, we've grown up together. We've had these different transformations throughout our life. You can listen to the show to hear more about how we transformed together back in 2015. And we're still doing that now. But like I mentioned before, craving connection is actually a high form of self-care. Being able to connect with others. We crave female relationships a lot of times, but we crave connection with like our person. My husband Dustin he's my person. Okay, you know what I mean. Makes me think of on Friends when Phoebe is like, she's your lobster. He's my lobster. So like I said, we greatly desire relationships because they actually increase our confidence and self-esteem. They make us feel important, worthy, and good enough. You feel seen, you feel accepted. And when you're lacking that, you're missing those really important values that kind of go into your own self-care or self-love for that matter. So you all have your person, right? You love them, but we're so freaking busy, right? We get so caught up in work, the kids and all their schedules, trying to take care of yourself. You're like, okay, Emily, I'm trying to do STU and I'm trying to do everything else too. And you're just living up to an unrealistic, perfect idea of what you should be, right? Time is just not on our side. The biggest challenge I hear from every woman that comes into STU, my program, is I don't have enough time, or sometimes I feel guilty. And that's something we address right from the get-go with some habit strategy and some mindset work to lose that guilt. But we're just not reconnecting with our partners, with our person, because we are so pulled in so many different directions. I'll have an action item to help you with this here in just a moment. But I thought this was a really interesting statistic when I Googled this, and I believe it to be true for me and my husband. So how much time do you think you spend with your partner a day? Comment below and think how much time, like a couple hours, like, you can probably see the slide and see the answer. But if you're listening to this on the podcast, how many hours do you think you spend with your partner a day? Put it in the comments. Couples on average spend about 2 to 2.5 hours a day together. That's it, including weekends. And so according to the office, that's according to the Office for National Statistics. So that time is largely spent watching television. Yes, 1/3 of all time spent together. I would agree, because after we put our kids to bed, we have been rewatching the show Dexter together. The other 30 minutes can come from eating. Yes, it is really important for us personally to sit down as a family to eat. Now we're in between sports right now for both boys. So that's going to change here in the spring because they both play spring sports, and doing housework together. That's about 24 minutes. I would totally agree with that. That's what my evenings look like. Connecting with my husband. But how much are you connecting with him if you're just watching TV, right? Most of the time I fall asleep too while we're watching this show. Comment below if you do that too. So the power of habits in your relationship. So this is the steps. This is the action steps you need to take. Obviously, we always talk about habit strategy here at Self Transform to give you the tools to have your own transformation. And what I'm giving you the tools, and you take this with a grain of salt, take it however you want it. But the following tips can really just help you be more intentional with your time, and you'll be able to watch your relationship thrive. So, friends, I'll be doing these same tips. I am doing these same habit strategies, okay? Because like I said, I need to prioritize my husband more as well. So what I want you to do is take my free download of my habit inventory worksheet. You could go to bit.ly/habit inventory. There's a link right here on the slide for you as well. It's a free download, okay? It's just a worksheet to see where all your time is going, see where all your time wasters are. And I want you to go through it, and then there's prompting questions on there to find like where your time wasters are. But I want you to take it a next step and see where in your days do you see your partner in there. As you do that habit inventory, you're writing every single thing you do in a day. You're seeing where your time goes, where your habits are right now, where you spend most of your time. Is your partner in there? Okay. I will remind you to do this again at the end of our workshop, because this is your action item for today's workshop. Okay. So where is all your time going? Use that habit workshop or habit inventory worksheet. And then where in your days do you see your partner there? So first step, before we talk about like the actual habit logistics, I want you to think about this. This question was really like to me when I wrote it out and I was doing some research for this workshop is, are they a priority? Is your partner a priority? Obviously you're like, yes. But when you do that habit inventory, you don't see them in your day that much. That's kind of showing you the data you need to be like, oh man, I really want them to be a priority. I want them to feel loved. I want to love them and show my appreciation and have that connection with them, right? Decide that time alone together with your partner is a priority. When I say time alone, I mean not like sitting on your phone in bed together scrolling TikTok videos. Or if you're going to do that, just one of you do it and you guys scroll it. Sometimes we do that because everything I want to look at is just funny dog videos, to tell you the truth. The actual alone time away from your kids, not just watching TV or doing chores or the other things that we mentioned. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. Why did you marry this person in the first place? Why did you marry them? Okay. You know, I've been with my husband 26 years. We've been married 18. This is a big question. Like, why did I marry him in the first place? What do you love most about them? And what do you miss? What do you miss? Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes I feel like sometimes I'll say to my husband, I'm like, babe, I miss you. Like, I just am not like, we're just not here. Like we're here, but our heads are other places too. You know what I mean? So why did you marry them in the first place? What do you love most about them? What do you miss? As you're thinking about this is going to help you set them to be one of your number one priorities in your life, which it should be. Because look, your kids are going to move out someday. You got to make sure you like your husband, okay, or wife. So thinking about some intentional action here, okay? So these are 4 ways that you can start taking more action. So do that habit inventory checklist first, and you can see where you can do these. Now, these intentional action items are super simple. They're so easy, y'all. Like they should take 15 minutes or less. It shouldn't even take that long, but it's going to have massive transformation over time. Okay. I'm not asking you to do all this at once. Maybe just pick one, see what feels good, do another one. So number 1, reconnect throughout the day. So we all text each other, right? I mean, I text my husband probably more than anyone else throughout the day, or sometimes I don't text him a lot, but most of what I'm texting him is like, oh, this boy needs to pick up this time. The other kid needs to pick up this time. Oh, what do you want for dinner? Can you stop at the store and get this? Blah, 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 blah. We're just like, you know, texting what's going on throughout the day. Reconnect, send them a funny gift. Send them like, hey, I was just thinking about you today, or send them a sweet text just to be like, hey, babe, I hope you're having a good day. I was just thinking about you. If my husband sent me a text like that, I'm going to, tell him about this tonight at dinner too, or after the kids go to bed. If my husband sent me a text like that, my heart would just be like, oh my gosh, I would feel like when we were dating again, right? We weren't texting each other then because there was no texting. He had to call my parents' house. I can't I can't. I'm feeling old now. But reconnect throughout the day. Okay. Actually put like a notification on your phone, like on your calendar. That way you get a reminder to be like, oh, I'm going to text him right now and just, reconnect. So know their love language. So I just dropped an episode on self-transform. It's episode 136, discussing how to find out your love language, your spouses, even your kids, but also it allows you to be able to give them love in their love language, but also understand their way of giving love. So like my love language is words of affirmation. My husband really struggles with that, but his love language is quality time. So he's giving love to me through his love language. He's like, I want to spend time with you, like quality time. And I'm like, I want to give you words of affirmation. And sometimes we have to work really hard to be able to reciprocate that to each other. So know their love language, or maybe take up a collective hobby. You're like, one more thing. This is important though. Like it could be reading a book together. They make a lot of books on couples, like the wife reads one and the husband reads the other, and you journal together, or just going for a daily walk together. Exercise is a big one. I can attest. There's so many couples that come and take my classes at Orange Theory. Oh my gosh. And I love it. They come together, or they come separately, but it gives them a common interest. So think of something you guys maybe have in common, or if you're like, I have nothing in common with my husband, find something you can do. It could your hobby could even be like finding a new recipe to cook together for dinner every week. Okay. And then schedule time monthly for a date night, or doing that hobby together, or even scheduling like sexy time or even a business meeting. Okay. My husband and I have started doing business meetings together where we're talking about what's going on with my business, what's going on with the house. That way we're prepared for everything that's coming up in our household, and everything like that. That way you're opening that communication all the time. So I would love to be more intentional with a date night with my husband. If I'm like, I'm going to do it 2 times a week, that's not going to happen. No, if I could do it 1 time a month, that would be awesome. And it just takes some intentional planning on our part. So if you do that habit inventory, which I want you to do, where in your schedule can you fit in the times to do these actions? Set reminders. A text takes literally like seconds to send, 15 minutes or less. It's just really about small action steps, right? It's not about really big things and overwhelming yourself and like trying to have the perfect relationship. There's no perfect relationship. You're always going to have your ups and downs, but these habits are going to allow you to make more time and feel like you're spending more time with them. Because I know we don't have a lot of time, but this way you're still feeling connected. You are spending more time together. It just takes some intentionality and making them a priority. Okay. So again, take action, use the habit inventory worksheet to see where your partner is in your current schedule. If they're not there a lot, there's your answer. And then use these strategies that we talked about today. Okay. So that's how I always do things with our clients. We find out the data about where you are, not just like, oh yeah, I spend time with my husband. Like, no, actually, do you spend time with your husband? And then from there, we're able to use habit strategy to take you to the next step. Okay. So just a reminder, Self-Transform You is my signature 4-week program, is launching again on February 14th. Okay. So this is a health mindset, habit focused course. Okay. So what we have done, I've totally revamped this over the past year based off of client feedback, and we deep dive week by week to help you create a holistic health plan, meaning like mind, body, spirit, emotions, everything. And it's customized for you. Okay. So at the end of the 4 weeks, you have a health plan. We focus on, I'll tell you in a minute, we focus on a few different areas and use habit strategy. So at the end, you're like, I have a plan. I have a plan in place. I know how I'm going to make it work in my schedule, and it's going to stick. It's not like a 4-week program that you do and then you just stop. I used to be the queen of starting and stopping. I still have to be really intentional with my actions, so I don't do that. So if you've ever said, I'm tired of always starting and stopping, that used to be me. I wish I could make healthy habits stick for just more than a week. My family isn't getting the best of me. I feel guilty. I wish I could stop emotional eating. I wish I liked working out. I need to be nicer to myself. Y'all, this is all things our women in our community have said to me, and things that I have said to myself too. Okay. So I've created this program to help you lose that mindset. So like I said, we start February 14th. It's 4 weeks long. I only have 10 spots available. That's it. That's all I take every month. So you'll have lifetime access to the course. I have a client Facebook community for all alumni. That way you can connect over there and get some further coaching from me. There's tons of free downloads. I think there's a total of 10. And there's a journal to help you take action every day. Kind of like we just talked about that habit inventory sheet. It's not a group setting. It's more so individualized. But like I said, you have that Facebook community for afterwards. I might start a group text option for this round as well, because some of the girls from this past round, this is their final week. They gave me some feedback that they would like to connect with each other, but maybe not in a Facebook group, but maybe just like on Boxer or something. So more info to come on that. Payment plans available. I made it super affordable. 2 big upgrades I added to STU is a one-on-one call with me, which I enjoy connecting with you all so much. It's so fun just to talk to you face to face. So you get a 30-minute call with me, just habit hacking what's going on in your life, using some strategy there. And you also get weekly pump up texts with me that you can actually reply to as well. Okay. And a lot of girls added on extra calls this month. That way, like we talked at the beginning of their program and now at the end, which is super cool to see the progress they've made. So the weekly topics. So week 1, we talk about habit strategy and mindset 101. We use something called the taco method that I have created to help you take that first step, which is taking action, okay, in regards to creating new habits. Okay, we break it down super simple, the science behind habits. Like we don't get too sciencey though. That's not me. So week 2. So we have these habit strategies in place. We talk about a food freedom plan. We are losing the diet mentality. We're talking about meal prepping. We're talking about how to do it from a lens of habit strategy. Week 3, we talk about working out for joy, not punishment, and just how to move your body in a way that's honoring and good for your mental and physical health. I provide 4 weeks worth of workouts as well, available for all levels. I provide modifications along the way. Just to provide some extra accountability and some coaching there for you. And then week 4, what to do when you lose motivation, because you will. Life will get in the way. The next steps as well. And we're going to add guac at the end, which will help you continue your transformation journey. So we're going to build it through that taco method and plop a bunch of guac on top, y'all. Okay. So one of my favorite OG STU clients, Felice, I just wanted to let you know what she said. She said, I'm back to doing my daily gratitude, much more mindful of how I'm eating. And I've lost some weight while establishing habits in my life that I'll take with me on my journey. So Felice was such a great client to work with, and I'm so proud of her progress and all of my clients, really. So if you want to join me in STU and you want $25 off, leave a review for the Self Transform podcast. Now, gang, you have to do it in iTunes because that's the only place it shows up. Like this gives you a picture of what that looks like. You give me 5 stars. You can just write out whatever you love about it, just like 1 or 2 sentences. Leave a review and send me a screenshot of your review, because usually it takes like 24 or 48 hours sometimes to show up in iTunes. And if you send me that screenshot, I'll send you a code for $25 off. Like I said, there is limited spots each round, so you can just find the Self Transform podcast in your iTunes app. You can scroll down to leave a review. Hit the 5 stars if you're loving it. Leave a sentence or 2 what you love about it, and send me a screenshot of your review, and I'll send you a code for $25 off. If you're like, Emily, I would just like to dig a little deeper into some habits and hacking strategies, schedule a habit hacking call with me. Okay, it's 30 minutes. You can go to bit.ly/habit hacking call. We will go through some basic habit strategies to help you get some momentum going. I would probably even recommend trying out the Habits That Stick starter kit if you are wanting a mini course to help you just do that hard thing, which is take action. So friends, use that habit inventory worksheet. Again, it's at bit.ly/habit inventory. See where your partner is in your schedule and see what you can do to use those strategies today that we talked about. Small, tiny little things to schedule in your day to make more time and feel more connected to your partner. And that, my friend, is a high form of self-love. Okay. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, either during the live or the replay. Again, this will live in our guide section for you to reference. Check out our other mini courses and worksheets that I have there. And let's stay connected. You can find me on Instagram at Emily Nichols22. And of course, you can keep listening to the Self Transform podcast for further inspiration and motivation. Okay. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope you learned a lot, and stay tuned. We'll be posting a survey here in the next week or two for next month's mini workshop topic. I'll see you all soon.
Hey girl, real quick, before you go, if you love today's show and know your girlfriends need to hear this message too, then grab a screenshot, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at Emily Nichols22, because the more mamas out there hearing this message, the more empowered we'll all feel to take care of ourselves so we can pour from a full cup. Or the number one way you can thank me for this podcast is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way, more mamas will find the show here too. Love you and appreciate you, girlfriends. See you next time.